Hi friends, Chris again. Welcome back to Fitness and Games and Streamers. And today actually I just want to talk a bit about random stuff I see in my gym. Because when you go to gym for a long time, you figure out what to do, you think, but you see people go to gym for a long time who just seem dead set on not learning what to do, who'd rather just mess around or think they're doing things without actually realising not getting results, and they get quite annoyed when they don't get the results, but they won't change what they do. And there are a few ways into it. I tend to see people either thinking they're working really hard or not, or people who just straight up don't work hard, which is a shame. And you see people who you think they're doing a lot of work, but they don't do any actual really hard sets. They do things that make them feel like they're working hard without actually doing the hard work. Like, for example, today I saw people using a chest press machine, which is great. It's a seated chest press, fantastic machine. I just wanted to use it, so I was paying more attention than usual. And there's all these two guys on it who've been to gym for quite a few times, like last 9 months or so at least. And they've been training before that because they've got a bit of muscle on them, but they haven't changed since I've been there. And I realised why today. I don't see nutrition, obviously, but their exercise was absolutely ridiculous. They would, in 15 minutes, they did about 20 sets each, and it was absolutely ridiculous. They were helping each other get the weight up for the first rep, because as you can see, they're obviously using weight they can't handle. They were doing minuscule range of motion, and my favourite thing, they were slamming the machine every time, after every set, because they can't control the weight because it's far too heavy for them, which is a really stupid thing to do, and it's also a real dick move in my opinion, because hey, we all pay for the gym membership. Stop breaking the machines other people pay for and want to use as well. So that wound me up. And they were very tired, obviously, afterwards, but they hadn't actually done any proper muscle building sets at all. They'd just been making themselves tired and trying to move weight for a few millimeters without actually using the muscle. And I was more annoyed today because I wanted to use the machine myself, but I do just think people would rather think they're working hard than actually do proper work hard, really. And their rest periods are very, very short. And that's the thing that I seem to see in my gym is people either take really long rest periods, as in 20 minutes, half an hour, talking to people in between, thinking they know you get gains in the gym from osmosis by being in the gym for a long time. Or they just simply do countless sets with no rest at all. And again, yeah, it'll make you feel like you've done a lot because you're tired. You're not giving yourself a chance to proper recover. But the trade-off is whenever you do lots of sets, especially with short rests, is you may get the work done in the end, but if you don't give yourself rest and do your sets properly, all the sets will be poor quality. So it's, for one thing, just extremely inefficient. And also, you're not really doing the proper work you think you're doing. You're just making yourself more excessively tired than you need to. Why, if you can get the stimulus you need from 2 sets, would you do it in 15 sets? It just blows my mind because the gym is a good place to be and it's important to be in there, but it's not the most fun place in the world. It doesn't smell the best. It's not really the most fun activity in the world when you're a few years into it anyway. Novelty does wear off. And also, you're just clogging the place up. I wanted to just use this chest machine, and these people were there for 20 minutes. Doing non-stop sets, to be fair, but just low-quality sets and just slamming the machine, just slowly breaking the machine. Well, quite quickly breaking the machine. So that was my frustration today. The other thing I noticed today was people squatting, which is good. People should be squatting. It's good movement. And they wanted to work hard, obviously. And there's a guy who was encouraging his friend to do it. It was the blind leading the blind, to be honest, which was a shame. Encouraging his friend to do squats, which is good. But this guy teaching had terrible form. He was only going down about an inch or so. And I'm not a zealot. I don't think you need to have your ass on the floor for every squat rep. But I think if you're not going to do a proper range of motion for a barbell squat, that's fine. Swap it out for a similar squatting motion. Stay on the hack squat machine that was right next to him. But he was bigging up his friend, saying he's going to do this weight, work really hard. You do get a rep or you don't. If you fail it, you miss it. I mean, that's okay. Working hard is important. I don't think you should really be going to failure on barbell squats, especially as a beginner or at all, really, simply because it's quite a high-risk movement. Yes, you can drop it on the pins, which they did. But it's not a safe way to do it, really. It's much safer ways to push to failure. And he was encouraging his friend, who was obviously new to the gym, to try to do a 100 kilo squat, which he obviously couldn't do, but for a 1 rep max. And every previous set, he'd only bent his knees about a couple inches. And it's just the most ridiculous thing to me, is trying to max out on a weight you've got no chance lifting. And again, it's the other side of thinking you're working hard but not actually doing any muscle building. Obviously, he was fatigued and burnt out after that rep because he failed the rep, strained against it. he feels tired, he feels like he's worked hard, but he hasn't actually built any muscle from that. What he's done is just wear himself out and dug into his recovery reserves, which is a shame. And then, of course, he went and did an extra 50 sets afterwards of various other crap, which didn't help again. So, please do a second rest period, I suppose. Those are my rantings and ravings for my gym session today. Make sure you take your rest periods, and it's much better to do a few high-quality sets than do 1,000 crappy sets. For hypertrophy, for muscle building, for your general sanity, and for time management. So that's all for today, a bit of a rant today. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Goodbye.